from the News Channel 5 Network. This is Score Connect.
Hello and welcome to Score Connect. I'm Anna-Vija McClain, your host. Score Connect is a show that connects you directly to Nashville's business leaders to learn more about entrepreneurship and owning a small business. Score is a national program of volunteer mentors that you can access to help you grow your business. Our show is here to connect amazing leaders like Sam, who we are going to be learning about serial entrepreneurship from today. And each month we put out new episodes to allow you to get some more tips and tricks and insights and hopefully some connections and resources. Today we're excited to have Sam Davison with us. He is the co-founder and CEO of Batch, but he is also a serial entrepreneur, having started 4 companies and written 3 books, and is a regular speaker at universities and corporate events. Got a lot going on, Sam.
A little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
Sure.
I would love to hear more about your journey into that, because one of the things that we know is that entrepreneurialism it's kind of addictive. Once you get going, you kind of want to just keep going and start more. So 4 companies is a lot, obviously not all at the same time, but can you tell us a little bit, let's just start with Batch.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about Batch and kind of where you guys are right now.
Yeah, so Batch is 9 years old. We're based here in Nashville, Tennessee, and we started way back in 2013 just as a subscription box company. But through the years, we've really grown and kind of morphed into what we think is a really unique gift company. So mostly we do that for large companies, but we also do it for individuals wanting to give personal gifts. And what makes us different is that everything we source is made by a small business somewhere in America. Most of those are in the Nashville or the Tennessee area. But I started this journey with 2 friends that I had started companies with before. And as we have kept growing, it's been awesome for a lot of reasons. So yes, add staff and customers and employees, but also to add to that network of small business partners that we're sourcing from every single day. And then more recently, we've been able to grow by taking on some investment and signing on with some new partners to grow even more, to take this idea of supporting small businesses really nationwide.
That's amazing. So 9 years, that's a lot of growth.
Sure.
It's a lot of pivoting. And I've heard you speak before, and I know that there were a lot of roller coaster moments, a lot of pivots in there, a lot of oops, we've got to change our whole model. So, but let's kind of start at the beginning, if you will, because one of the things that our Score clients, like I mentioned, have come up a lot is I have this really great idea and I want to start a business. And then whether they're in the middle of that or they've just started or they're just in the shower, they think of another really great idea and another really great idea, right? And so sometimes it's really hard to stay focused and, even for 9 years, and to say, this is the thing I'm going to focus on. So can you share a little bit about your journey as an entrepreneur and how you've navigated your career through these 4 different companies?
Yeah, and what I love about entrepreneurship, to your point, is that it's not limited to a particular discipline. So you can be an artist, you can be a chef, you can be a numbers person, you can be an attorney, all of which you can be an entrepreneur. And so that to me is what's so great about it. And I find that also any personality type, you can be an entrepreneur as well. And I think the trick, regardless of either of those two, is to focus. The entrepreneurs that I admire or that I've seen be most successful are those that do settle in on solving a problem, and then those that also listen to their customers. So for me, every company that I've started has been because I heard of some person, some group who had a need. And I thought, you know what, I bet I could meet that need with a business idea. A business model could meet that need. There are other ways to meet needs, nonprofits, volunteering. And so for me, it has always been through entrepreneurship. I did not study it in college. I took 1 business class in college. I got a C-. And so I thought, okay, I'm not going to do that.
It's working out fairly well for you,
Well, clearly. And I was like, I don't think I'm going to do that. Business, I was going to do something else. And, really thought I might teach or might be in the university or academic realm. But it was 2006. I was working for a nonprofit here in Nashville, the Oasis Center. And I met a guy on my team that I met one of the first days. His name is Stephen Mosley. And he had a tech and a marketing background. And we just started talking about this idea of what we were seeing in the space of, now that was all the way back in 2006, of social media was new. YouTube had just launched.
Just being created, Remember life before Facebook? What was that?
Maybe better a little bit. And so we said, gosh, there's all these folks flocking to social media, mostly young people. There's these nonprofits that we work for that we want to support. How do we make those 2 things meet? And so we birthed our first company, Cool People Care, was just designed to get people to start to care about some social issue that was important to them via digital media, digital outlets, digital solutions. And that was really my first taste of entrepreneurship. And once I got that taste, I said, whatever this is called, this is what I want to do.
Sure.
This idea of having nothing and creating something. And so when I learned that it was called entrepreneurship, I was like, okay, well, this is a good fit, and let's see what's next.
Now it has a label. It's a little bit easier.
Exactly.
So you started this company. You kind of got it going. You got that itch. What was the next idea?
So then I went on to start 2 different marketing and branding companies.
Sure.
As that idea grew and people got to hear about it, it was sort of, well, how did you do that? And for me, I think it's ultimately storytelling, but the commercial name for that is marketing. And so how do we get and tell more stories to more relevant listeners?
Right.
And that's just marketing and branding.
Yeah.
And so there's lots of ways you can do that via media, and there's lots of tactics you can use. And so it was a chance just to work with other customers to share what had led to our success at that first company, Cool People Care. And that was then definitely at the root when we decided to start Batch.
Yeah. And so I love what you said about storytelling, and in the commercial it's just called marketing, right? Because there's a lot that goes on when people think about how am I going to market my business, how am I going to grow or launch my entity here. And the story is what is usually so unique, and oftentimes the thing that makes the audience buy in. It makes somebody say, I'm interested in that enough that I want to get it from you rather than someone else. Yeah. And so can you give me a little bit about Batch? So you started Batch, and I know, like I said, I've heard this story before, but I'd love for you to share how did you go from being a subscription box to a gifts company strategically bringing small business items to bigger businesses?
So one thing I tell all entrepreneurs, no matter what stage they are at in their journey, is to listen to your customers, because the customers are ultimately the ones who are willing to pay you for something. And so if they say, hey, I want this, then there's a chance they're willing to pay for that. Now, just because one person says they want one thing doesn't mean you need to pivot your whole
If
model.
your grandmother tells you it's the best idea that's ever been, you might want to ask a few more people. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, and every chance I get, look, I'm so thankful that over 9 years ago, my mom was our very first customer, but I knew I could not build an entire company based on Luann's purchases by any means.
My parents were also my first clients. It's great,
Yes.
Very supportive.
Absolutely.
Yeah, they're still our clients though, so we must be doing something well. Yeah.
And so for us, that's what led us away from the subscription box model. So again, 2013, there were a lot of examples out there that were really growing quickly, and we experienced some of that rapid growth because we thought, great, we can build a business around the idea of a subscription box service that is 4 Nashville-made items sent to you every month. And you don't then have to run around town and always be up on what's the newest coffee shop opening or festival. There's so many in Nashville.
Yeah.
And so we said, fine, we'll ship them to you. And that's who we thought our customer was going to be, was the local taste maker who was curious about these things. What happened though is a lot of those first sales, over half of them was maybe you were a Nashvilleian, maybe you were in that taste maker category, but you were just buying a gift for somebody else because you had pride in the city and you wanted to send it to somebody out of town or somebody locally. And so 2 things we realized. Number 1, none of these people are going to renew if this is a monthly subscription, because you're grateful, but you may not want to buy that. But then 2, wait a second, this is what people really want, is a really authentic Nashville small business made gift. That we can do.
Right.
And so that's what our customers were telling us, combined with 3 months in, we got our first ever corporate request. So somebody called and said, hey, I just had an event, I want to send out 50 thank yous. And that's when the light bulb went on for us to say, wait a second. And typically, not always, but companies can have larger budgets and
and 50 boxes at a time instead of one independent.
Yes, exactly. And so the model made a lot more sense at that point to sort of change. And again, it was a shift more so than a complete pivot, I would say, because same product, same process. Now we're just doing it in high volume for better margins.
Different target audience. And so it sounds like in there you mentioned earlier listening to who your target audience is, and also talking about in there I heard a little bit around company culture.
Sure.
So it wasn't a major pitch. It wasn't any of those things. It wasn't a major pivot. It was like a little bit of a shift, a little bit of a transition, a little bit of it's adjacent to what we're doing. So how does your team and the way that you engage with your customers, how does that impact your business?
So I'm a big believer that you build your network before you need it. And so a lot of times maybe we're guilty of this, but we see folks on LinkedIn who the only time they really try to engage there or another social platform is when they're in desperate need. So I need a job today because I hate my old one, or they don't want me there anymore. And by that point, it's almost too late, because while you can still solve that immediate problem, man, you should have been networking, meeting people, building relationships beforehand. So some of those, and I like what you said about these tangent businesses or tangent ideas. Gosh, so much easier to start than something that's completely different, unrelated.
Right.
And so for us, one example was in 2015, 2 years into our business, we opened a physical retail store, something we never thought we would do when we founded it. We have no background in retail, so we need somebody to run it. Well, lo and behold, we had a very close friend who had been working for a major retailer and wanted a complete change. Her dream was to be able to kind of do her own sort of boutique with her own spin on it, and especially local goods, but never would have done that on her own, never would have set out. And so we said, wait, we have a need, we know a person, we can do this better.
Let's make this connection.
We need an architect to design that space. Again, somebody we already had in our network. And so I think one thing for small business owners is, especially, even if you don't think you will need so-and-so or someone will need your services now, doesn't mean you can't go to coffee, doesn't mean you can't have a quick 5-10 minute check-in just to get to know each other, to help build your world and your relationships.
And learn more to kind of catalog that for the future. I want to keep talking about that. We'll be back with Sam Davison in just a few minutes.